Hi everybody and welcome to this new video in Autocad isometric drawing series. This drawing is a little bit complicated, but do not worry because we'll start drawing step by step. So write L for line and turn on the auto mode and start drawing a line of 120. Okay, and in this direction we have 42. Now copy this line from this endpoint to this endpoint. Okay, and we have this arc. It has a radius of 6. So we go to home, draw, and from here we have isocircle. We choose the axis end, and from here isocircle. Okay, and we can specify the center of this circle by drawing a line of 6, and in this direction 6. This is the circle. Now this is the center of the circle. Again, repeat the same steps, and yes, and now draw another line, and the same for this direction. Okay, now copy this circle from its center point to this center point. Now trim, delete, and trim again. And the same for this part. Okay, now select everything and copy at a distance of, but before that hit F5 and write 10. Okay, now we can draw a line that is from this quadrant to this quadrant, and trim. Okay, copy this line from its end point to this quadrant. You can just write quad. Okay, now trim and delete this line. Okay, now we can draw another line from here up to here. Do not worry about this this side because it will be deleted. Okay, now we have this big circle. Its center is at a height of 105. So from the midpoint of this line segment, we draw a vertical line that has a length of 105. Okay, 105. And this big circle has a diameter of 60. So we draw a circle. Okay, this is the circle, the small circle inside the big circle that has a radius of 35. So draw another circle of 35 radius. Okay, now we have a small line that has a distance, a length of 6 units. We draw it here, line 6. Okay, now we move it, or just copy CO from this point up to this point. Okay, now we draw another line that has height of 20 to indicate the start of this line. Okay, the start of this oblique line. Now we copy this line segment from here up to here. Okay, and we draw a line from here up to here, and also from here up to here. This line will not be shown. Now we draw a small line segment from the quadrant point here, this one that has a length of 6, and now we copy these two circles, copy these two circles from its endpoint to this endpoint. Now delete the inner circle and write the command trim, and trim what is inside. Okay, and delete this one. Now trim this line segment, this okay, now copy this small line segment from here, but before that draw a line from the center point of the circle going down, and now trim. Okay, now draw the copy this line segment from here up to here. Okay, now draw a line from this end point up to here, and also from this end point up to the end point of this line. Okay, now delete this one because no need for it, and also this one. Trim again. Okay, and here just stretch this line, not stretch, lengthen. Okay, trim again. The same thing for this line. We trim and delete this line segment. Okay, as we see here, we have the width of this segment is 60, so draw a line that has a length of 60 and move it from here up to the midpoint. Now draw vertical line the same thing for this direction, or just copy this line from here up to the end point. Okay, now trim it. Okay, and trim again, delete, trim. And from here we trim. Okay, now this line, we have here an arc that has a radius of 16. So we draw a line that has a distance of 16 and 16 from this direction. And now we go to isocircle and we draw it here. We can do the same procedures from the other direction. And we copy this circle from its center to this center. Now delete, trim. The same thing for this side. Okay, now we are done with this portion. Now this this line has an offset of 6, so we copy this line and this arc a distance, but before that write F5, a distance of 6. Okay, copy this outer one from the center, from the outer center, a distance of 44. Okay, and right line, and from the quadrant point to the quadrant point here. Now trim. Now we specify the center point of this circle. Okay, to do that, just write L, and from the outer center of this circle, we draw a line at this direction. Okay, and trim it. Okay, now we draw another line in this direction, trim it. Okay, now we see that from this line to the center of this circle we have a distance of 42. So we draw another line, hit F5 and write 42. Okay, now here we have a circle. This small circle has a radius of 12 and the outer circle has a radius of 14. So we go to isocircle and hit F5 and draw and write 12. Then again isocircle and write 14. Okay, now we draw a line, just a random line, copy this line to the center and trim. Delete this line, sorry, trim again and delete it, or just trim it. Delete it. Okay, now we draw a vertical line from this end point up to here and also here. Now trim, also trim this line and delete this one. Okay, now we draw a vertical line from the center of the outer circle. Sorry. Now we draw a vertical line from the center of the outer circle that has a distance of what we can say 42 plus 14, that is 56, and also in this section. Okay, now this line has a thickness, and now we have a cut here. This cut has a thickness of 3, so we draw a line but before that, copy this line from here up to 44. Now trim and draw a small line here, but before that hit F5. This line has a thickness of 3. Now copy this line from its midpoint to the end points and delete it. Okay, now we copy this arc, the outer arc, and the vertical line from, but before that just draw a vertical line here, trim it, and now copy the outer arc and the vertical line. Sorry, copy this arc and the vertical line from this point up to here, and again up to this point. Okay, now trim, select this arc and trim. Okay, now we need to repeat the same step here. We copy from here at a distance of 32. Okay, now from the quadrant point we draw a line, and also here. Now trim, now no need for this line and this one and this segment. Okay, copy this line from here up to here and trim, select this one and trim. Okay, now we have to cut this this part. To do well, just draw a horizontal line here and also one here. Trim it, but before that, trim, select this one and trim. Okay, now we draw a vertical line here and also one here. Delete this one, trim, okay, now we copy this line from here up to here. Now trim. Okay, now we have done this cut. The last part of this drawing is these circles, this one and one in the other direction. It has a diameter of 15 and its location is specified by this distance 90 and from here 21. Okay, now we just write a L for line and F5 just to draw as a reference point, this reference point, to draw a line of 21. Okay, and here we have a line that has we draw a line of 90 in length. Okay, and move this line from here up to the midpoint. Now we draw a vertical line and also Ctrl Z, sorry. Now we draw a vertical line that has a length of 10. Then F5. Now we have specified the center line of the center point of this circle. From the other direction, we do the same steps. We draw a line. Also here, F5. Sorry, L. Okay, now we draw a line from this reference point, distance 21. And we draw a line in this direction. We draw a vertical line from the end point of this 90 units line that has a length of 10, which is the thickness of the base, and hit F5, and this is the another center of this circle. Now we go to draw ISO circle. Now we draw the ISO circles that has a radius of 7.5. One here, and copy it from its center to the center. Now trim, select this one and delete. Okay, not trim, just delete them. These ones also, and the vertical ones. Trim. Now the last point, just copy this circle, a vertical distance of 10, and trim it. The same thing for this arc, 10, and trim it. Delete this segment. Now delete the extensions that I have drawn. Lastly, okay, and this 90 units line, and also this one. So this is the end of this video. If you have any questions, just write them in the description below. Thanks for watching.